The story begins in a futuristic world, where a doctor is helping a young girl named Alice. He places 3 cylinders in front of her and asks her to perform a simple exercise. Then, he opens a briefcase and shows her a mechanical arm, a prosthetic. For some reason, Alice doesn't want her father to be there while this happens. The doctor attaches the prosthetic to Alice's elbow and tells her to try moving the fingers using only her thoughts. Alice focuses, trying to grab the largest cylinder, but nothing happens. Frustrated, she asks how to remove the arm. The doctor encourages her to try again and explains it will take patience to learn how to control it. But Alice, stubborn and emotional, gives up after just one attempt. Her father, Adam, is worried. He asks the doctor if this prosthesis will affect Alice's already fragile mental state. The doctor reassures him, then leaves. Later, Adam tries to talk to Alice, but she suddenly asks a strange question. "Can I let Mom out now?" To her, a large white dog named Beatrice is her mother. The dog wears a voice-producing device that lets her speak like a human. The next day, Adam sits with Alice while she practices the cylinder exercise again. She manages to move the largest one but struggles with a smaller one. When things don't go her way, she throws a tantrum, knocking the cylinders off the table. Then she storms out for a walk with Beatrice. Adam tries to reason with her, reminding her that Beatrice isn't really her mother, but Alice snaps, saying, "You know I hate you, right?" Adam can only look down in silence. In the forest, Alice finds a mysterious black cube hidden in the bushes. Cautiously, she examines it. When she brings her hand near, a small window opens. She inserts her hand and retrieves a folded note before the cube quickly closes again. The note simply says, "They can't be trusted." Alice doesn't understand what it means, but something about the handwriting feels familiar. When she returns home, she writes the same sentence by hand and realizes the handwriting matches hers. This deeply unsettles her, and she rushes to find her father. Meanwhile, Adam is also searching the woods for Alice. But instead, he finds a beaten girl and a young boy. He brings them home and helps the girl recover in a water tank. She eventually wakes up, clearly shaken from something traumatic. At dinner, the girl introduces herself as Erica. The boy, Paul, remains silent. He doesn't speak at all. The guests are confused when they realize Alice believes her dog is her mother. Adam changes the subject and asks Erica what happened. She explains that her boyfriend David attacked her. She had gone out with him earlier, and Paul had followed, which made David furious. Erica doesn't know where David lives since he never took her to his home. Both she and Paul are orphans now, with no one left to protect them. Feeling sorry for them, Adam invites the kids to stay the night. He assures them the house is secure. The doors are double-locked from the inside. But Alice isn't happy with this decision. Like most things her father decides, she resents it. That night, Erica and Paul hear scratching at their door. It's Beatrice. They pet her, and Erica asks what happened to Alice's hand. Beatrice avoids the question and leaves. She then goes to Alice and warns her that the guests smell strange and make her feel uneasy. Alice agrees, remembering the message from the cube. They can't be trusted. Suddenly, Beatrice runs to the window, growling. Alice calls her father for protection. Holding a knife, Adam looks outside. There's definitely someone out there, but the house is sealed tight. They should be safe. The next morning, Adam helps Alice put on her prosthesis again. She suspects that her father is becoming too close to Erica, which annoys her. Adam promises to take the guests home soon. During the exercise, Paul offers to help and sets up the cylinders for Alice. Encouraged by his support, she does better than usual, managing to move 2 out of 3. But as she reaches for the third, she fails again. Frustrated, she's about to give up, but Paul holds her gently, and that calms her down. Then, Alice suddenly rushes to her father's room and catches him caressing Erica's cheek. Furious, she runs away. Adam follows her, trying to explain, but Alice is devastated. She thinks even Beatrice saw it. She believes her father somehow turned her mother into a dog, and now wants to do the same to her. It all started, she says, with replacing her hand. Sobbing, she screams at her father, blaming him for everything. "You let her down," she yells. Adam drops to his knees and begs for forgiveness. But Alice orders him to apologize to a doll she's holding. Adam refuses, and in a moment of frustration, he grabs her roughly, then quickly calms down, ashamed. Once again, Alice returns to the forest with Beatrice. At the cube, she finds a new note instructing her to listen to a recording at 4 p.m. using headphones. A memory card is attached. Back home, Alice prepares to listen. She believes it's her own voice, sending messages from the future. The recording begins. "Don't panic. No one can know I'm talking to you." The voice tells her the guests can't be trusted and instructs her to tell her father that she saw David nearby, but warns her not to involve the police. Alice follows the instructions and successfully convinces Adam to stay cautious and not call the authorities. After confirming he's gone, Alice invites Paul into the kitchen. The voice in her headphones warns her to hurry, saying Erica could walk in at any moment. Then comes a chilling command, one Alice never expected. The voice tells her she must do the same thing to Erica. According to the voice in the recording, Alice had done this many times before. If she didn't go through with it now, something terrible would happen. Frozen in fear, she stood in the kitchen with the knife in her hand. Just then, Paul approached her and gently kissed her. That small moment of connection shattered her resolve. She failed the mission. Right then, Erica entered and asked what Alice was listening to in her headphones. Alice avoided the question, nervously pretending to make a sandwich. She retreated to her room, dreading what would happen next. Later that night, Adam went to sleep. Erica, meanwhile, gave Paul a strange instruction to open the door for someone. Paul stepped out briefly, but returned quickly, followed by Beatrice, who was watching his every move. With things getting out of hand, Erica took matters into her own hands. She violently dragged Beatrice away and disappeared. Moments later, Erica entered Adam's bedroom, dressed provocatively. At the same time, Paul opened the door for a man dressed in black. As planned, Erica lured Adam out of the bedroom, where the intruder ambushed him. Together, Paul, Erica, and the masked man left the house quietly. Hearing a noise, Alice came out of her room, only to find her father lifeless on the floor. Shaken, she knelt beside him, tears streaming down her face. She needed comfort and called out to her mother, but Beatrice didn't respond. Alice searched the house and finally found her beloved dog, also lifeless. Her grief erupted into a sobbing breakdown. After a short, restless sleep, Alice pulled herself together. She returned to the black cube and, driven by pain and rage, demanded it open. At first, nothing happened, but eventually, using her mind, she forced it to respond. This time, the cube opened wide enough for her to crawl inside. Once inside, the walls closed around her, transporting her through time. Alice traveled back to the previous day. Hiding in the forest, she spotted Erica, Paul, and a boy, David. She saw David kissing Erica before brutally attacking her. But Erica didn't resist. She cried but allowed it. It was all staged to make Adam think Erica had been hurt and bring her into the house. David knew he couldn't enter from the outside, so he needed someone already inside, Paul, to open the door. But what had made David so angry at Adam? As future Alice quietly observed and recorded everything on her phone, she realized she had been the shadow her younger self had seen in the woods that night. That evening, she slipped into the house unnoticed and sent a new message to past Alice, using the voice modulator. This time, the plan changed. Past Alice decided not to alert her father or the police. Instead, she stayed in her room. Now it was future Alice's turn to act. She told Adam that she'd seen someone suspicious outside. For the first time in a long while, she hugged him and told him to be careful. Then she called Paul into the kitchen, pretending to make him a sandwich. But this time, she didn't hesitate. When Paul tried to kiss her again, she stopped him and followed through with the voice's instructions. Right then, Erica entered the kitchen. She should have been the next target, but Alice hesitated. She couldn't do it. That moment of hesitation was all Erica needed. She grabbed the knife and stabbed Alice in the stomach before running into the forest. Bleeding and weak, Alice stumbled through the house, hoping her father would return in time. But by the time Adam arrived, it was too late. First, he found Paul. Then, he found Alice, already dying. In complete despair, Adam screamed, blaming himself for everything. Suddenly, he heard slow footsteps behind him. He turned to see Alice, alive, unharmed. She had been in her room all along. Confused and terrified, Adam questioned his sanity, but Alice calmed him and explained everything. She showed him the notes, the cube, and let him listen to the recordings. "I found something in the woods," she told him. She believed the cube was a time machine and explained how it responded to mental commands, just like her prosthetic arm. The two of them returned to the forest and approached the cube. Alice focused, and it opened once again. Together, they stepped inside and traveled back yet another day, just before everything had gone wrong. That evening, the original Adam walked through the house, unaware of what was coming. Suddenly, a masked person attacked him. It was future Adam. Meanwhile, Erica and Paul waited for David's signal to escape. But future Adam locked them in their room instead and waited. When David entered the house expecting an easy victory, he was shocked to find Adam sitting calmly across from him. David began to speak. With tears in his eyes, he explained everything. Adam had killed his parents. Years ago, there had been a car accident. David's parents died, and he blamed Adam for the crash. David spoke of how much his parents meant to him, how he missed them every day. Adam listened quietly. He understood. He didn't defend himself. He knew his guilt. But before David could do anything more, Alice appeared silently behind him and ended it. She then sat beside David's body and began to talk to her father. She spoke with love about her mother, about their family. Her warmth moved Adam deeply. He realized that he wasn't just the cause of the pain, he was a victim too. He had lost his wife. Alice had lost her arm. But now, there was still hope. Alice believed they could go even further back in time to stop the accident that started it all. Adam wasn't sure it was possible. The cube could only hold the guests for so long. Erica and Paul couldn't stay locked up forever. The next morning, Adam gave Alice a new goal. He asked her to work on the one thing she always lacked: perseverance. For the first time, Alice completed the cylinder exercise successfully. Now, the mission was clear. She had to travel back 7 months and 12 days, to the exact day the accident happened. Her only task was to sneak into the house, find the car keys, and get rid of them. That simple act would stop her father from ever driving the car, and the tragedy would never happen. Alice raced to the cube, opened it, and gave her command. She was going back to the beginning, to save her family, to save herself. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.